You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Allen versus Lavant Mitchell.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. Allen, you are in court today claiming the defendant, Mr. Lavant, is denying your 6-month-old daughter, Layla, only because he's desperate to try to keep your affair with him a secret. You're here to expose that secret and prove paternity. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Lavant, you and your girlfriend say you know you are not the biological father of the child in question and will prove your claim today in court. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Allen, so what upsets you most about the situation today?
He's denying our child, and he needs to step up to be a man.
Why do you think he's denying the baby?
Because of his girlfriend, of course. His girlfriend telling him lies.
The girlfriend tells him lies?
Yes, Your Honor.
Like what?
No, I don't.
Telling him that the baby don't look like him.
That baby too light.
My baby do not to like, just because I have to like dark. And he don't want to break up his happy home with his girlfriend.
So you believe this is all about the girlfriend?
Yes.
Mr. Lavant, are you denying this child because you're trying to keep your relationship with your girlfriend?
No.
No. So you have a family together, you and your girlfriend?
Yes.
So there's a lot at stake here. You have children?
Yes, we do.
How many?
3.
You have 3 children.
Yes.
How did you end up getting into a sexual relationship with Ms. Allen?
At the time, we was going through something, and we split up for just a one night.
You split up for one night.
It was not
we just,
one
we
night,
just split up.
Your Honor.
Like, we was going through some stuff,
No, it wasn't.
and
Yes, it
we
was.
had
No,
a break
it
for a
wasn't.
minute.
Yes, it was
No,
a
it wasn't.
one-night stand.
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
So,
it
You
was.
just married because I got my baby, so be quiet. You wasn't here.
So wait a minute.
You tried to
wasn't
break up a
there.
happy
You
home
wasn't
because you knew we
there.
had
Whatever.
3 kids
Like I
together
said,
for the
okay,
longest.
whatever.
You've
Whatever.
been
I'm here
commenting on
today
my
to prove-
Facebook profiles
No,
and all
I
that.
was there because I was telling you to keep him away from me.
No,
So
you've
thank
been
you.
stalking
Okay,
our
let's get
relationship.
some order because I want to understand this story. Ms. Allen, I need to know, did you know Mr. Lavant had a girlfriend and 3 children
No,
when you
Your
were
Honor.
sleeping with him?
No.
Yes, you did.
Was it
No, I
just a
didn't.
one-night stand?
No, it wasn't.
You commented on
We
my
was
firstborn
together,
child.
like I said, we was together 2010.
Y'all
I
never
met
was
him.
together.
No, yes, we was.
Over the phone?
Okay, first
Over the
off,
phone,
okay, I
child.
wasn't talking to
Really?
you. Okay.
So wait a minute. I want to understand the nature of this relationship,
It was
Ms.
a long
Allen.
distance relationship.
They only talk
it was,
over the
it
phone,
was a
Your
long
Honor.
distance relationship.
So it was a long-distance relationship. You lived in one state, he lived in another?
Yes, Your
Okay,
Honor.
and so how would you all, or when would you all see one another?
I saw him 2015, Your Honor, but we was dating 2010.
Y'all never
So
was dating.
it was a long distance relationship,
That's not what he told
and I
me.
met him through a mutual friend.
So you've known him since 2010.
Yes, Your Honor.
But then you're saying all of you all were back
was
and forth in a
off and on. We
relationship
was-
for 5 years?
Yes.
Sleeping
It was off and
together?
on.
No.
Never.
No, it was off and on
Never.
type of relationship.
Y'all never was.
We
Mr.
was-
Lavant, were you talking to Miss Allen while you were in this relationship with your girlfriend?
No, I was not.
You met her in 2010.
I met her in 2010.
When you
said-
met her, did you tell her you were single?
Yes.
Never.
Never.
Yes, he did.
No.
Yes,
He
he
never
did, Your
did.
Honor. He was texting me on Facebook. We was calling each other on the phone in a video.
How often did you talk to her on the phone?
I talked to her a year.
One solid
Lies.
year you
Yes.
were on the phone
Just
with her.
lies.
Yes.
Did you know this, Miss Lanier?
I
No.
knew about it, but I told him to stop
They
contacting
met in
her.
2013, Your Honor.
We
They
met in
two
2013.
so how
We had
you
our
know
first child in
about
2014.
You was
then
not there when we met
2015, and I
anyway.
just
So
had a
like I
child
said-
right after
like I said,
you.
was
One
not
out of-
there.
One at a
What
time.
you saying?
Mr. Lavant, you met this woman and you were having a phone conversation, a phone relationship for a year.
Yeah.
And then you say that culminated into a one-night stand.
We was never in a relationship though. We was talking as friends.
No,
That's
Right,
about
but at
it.
some point you had sex. How did you end up having sex?
in
In
2015.
2015.
In 2015, what happened? You were in a long-distance phone relationship.
I came to
down.
Atlanta in 2015 for my vacation. We meet up after that. We did
But
what
you
we did.
contacted
Like I
me in
said,
that
we
week.
did what we did in 2015. And I got the proof, like you know, that when we did it.
You have proof?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it. So this is a calendar you
Yes,
brought.
that we,
So on this calendar, you claim you were intimate with Mr. Lavant on the 27th of December.
yes,
Your due date
was the September the 26th.
was
2000.
September 26th. So Mr. Lavant, do you agree with what this calendar asserts?
Not at all.
You don't believe that?
Not at all.
Why not?
The dates is wrong. You
Okay.
text me a letter, a doctor's letter, saying that you was pregnant on the 6th.
On the 6th of January?
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
Did you bring that letter?
No.
So, okay, that doesn't negate the fact that you all may have had sex on the 27th of December.
I told
But
him
she
I
was having
pregnant.
sex with other
I
men,
told
and Mr.
him
Mitchell
I
was her
was
current
pregnant on
boyfriend.
the
She
26th
broke up with her
January.
boyfriend just to
No, I
break up
wasn't.
my
No, I
happy
didn't.
home with
No, I
Mr.
didn't.
Lavant.
You don't know, so you wasn't there.
You are saying that Ms. Allen was intimate with another man somewhere during this timeline.
Yes.
Can you tell the court where?
In the park.
It was not at the park.
I mean, at what?
It was not at the park.
You slept with Mr. Mitchell in the park.
Like I said, it was not at the park. So
I did
You had
not
sex
mean
with
a
Mr.
location.
Mitchell.
I meant where within the timeline.
You had sex with Mr. Mitchell a day before you
don't
had
know
sex
when
with
I had
Mr.
sex with
Lavant.
him. You don't know when, so you wasn't like there. So why you here?
So now I gotta ask you this. Ms. Allen, do you admit you were also intimate with Mr. Mitchell during this window?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Allen, Mr. Lavant does not agree with your testimony or your calendar. Why are you so sure that Mr. Lavant is your child's biological father when you admittedly slept with Mr. Mitchell as well during the window?
Me and Mitchell and I did not finish what we did. Me and Jerome and I finished the intercourse.
Ms. Lanier,
Yes, Your Honor.
how did you find out your boyfriend may have gotten another woman pregnant?
He actually told me February 3rd
Yeah, 2
when
months
she was 3
after.
months pregnant.
I was 2 months.
What
He
did he
finally
say?
admitted
I
it
was
to
2
me
months.
after me and her had spoke over the phone, February 3rd.
How did you speak to her over the phone?
She called me.
And said what?
I am 3 months pregnant.
Wait a minute, how did you even know she existed?
She contacted me through social media on Facebook since 2014 when my first child was born. She,
Oh, so you knew.
She's been stalking us since day one. We've been together for 5 years.
That's not 5 years. Y'all been together for 3. Thank you.
We've been together for 5. The dates do not add up
The dates do
to
add
the
up.
conception of her child at all.
And you are still together right now.
Yes, we are. He actually just delivered our last child in February.
You just had a child in February.
Yes.
Now, if this child, Ms. Allen's child, turns out to be your boyfriend's biological child, is this relationship going to withstand
No, it's not.
this development?
No,
It
it's
won't.
not.
So you're saying if this ends up being your boyfriend's biological child, the relationship is over?
Yes.
Ms. Allen, has Mr. Lavant ever said, you know, I am this child's father? Did he admit it
Yes,
to you? He
yes,
did.
Through the text message.
And why are you so upset now?
Because he denying my child. He needs to stand up for a place to be her daddy. I grew up with no daddy, so I know how it feels. So I want my daughter to have her daddy with her. It's her life. It hurts me a lot. It really does.
You just want to break up a happy
No, I didn't.
home.
So be quiet. Number one.
You've been trying to break us up
No,
since day
wait.
one.
No, I didn't. Your man decides to cheat on you and me. Your man decides to call me on my phone.
Wow.
You
He
text
had
me.
calls me and said, you want to meet up?
He calls you.
Yeah, in January.
That's a lie. That is
In
a lie.
January.
Mr.
a lie.
Lavant, have you ever accepted that Layla is your child?
No.
You have never accepted she's your child?
No.
Yes.
So you have no idea why
right.
Miss Allen would
Just that
say
Where
this?
she
No.
sent pictures of the fake
Miss
child
Allen, you
to
said
them.
yes, he did say that.
Yes.
Do you have any proof
Yes, I
of
do.
such? Jerome, will you please hand me the proof?
That's how.
This is a series of text messages between the two of you?
Yes.
Text messages?
Yes, Your Honor.
So Happy Valentine's Day, Lily.
Lele.
Lele, Daddy loves you. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Carlisha. Then you send a picture of
Layla.
Layla.
Daughter.
And then he says, Mr. Lavant says, what's she doing? And then you say, looking around. And then he says, she looking for me, laugh out loud. And then you say, laugh out loud, nah, her sis. And then you respond, Mr. Lavant, and I want my daughter.
Those text messages are fake.
That was not
I don't
fake.
know. That's not me.
It wasn't, Your Honor. How the heck do I send
That's
a
not
picture
me.
to myself and text myself? That's his number.
So you believe she fabricated all of this?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the motive here? Now, Ms. Lanier, you say she's trying to break you all up, she's been stalking you, and I mean this with all due respect. Why would she be so obsessed over you, Mr. Lavant?
Exactly.
I mean it respectfully. I really don't mean it in that way. I really want to know, what? If you're just talking to her on the phone and nothing was really happening, and you weren't having sex with her, you weren't leading her on except a one-night stand. This is like a movie or something. I mean, one-night stand leads to her wanting to destroy your entire family?
Correct.
Why?
Because she know I'm a good man and I take care of my kids.
No, you don't. You want to take her with Layla?
Now, I will say this. I'm not overlooking the fact that you have reason to doubt. I mean, she's admitted that she slept with somebody else.
She been sleeping around with plenty other men.
No, I didn't.
Besides Mr. Mitchell.
No, I haven't. That's lies.
She even contacted me and told me that she was sleeping around
That's lies.
throughout her whole entire pregnancy.
That's lies. Lies, Your Honor.
I think we need to hear from this other man. Jerome, I'm ready to hear from him. Can you please escort Mr. Mitchell into the courtroom?
Yes. I'm gonna have you go to the bench right next to the judge.
Mr. Mitchell, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
We're in court today talking about the paternity of beautiful baby Layla. I would like to know first and foremost, did you have a sexual relationship with her mother, Ms. Allen?
Yes, ma'am.
You did. Did she ever tell you that you could be Layla's father?
No, ma'am.
She didn't.
No, ma'am.
And so do you believe you are Layla's father?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Lavant, after you heard Mr. Mitchell's testimony, does that change in any way how you feel about Ms. Allen's assertions?
No.
It doesn't.
No.
I mean, he's a man of few words, but he was pretty direct.
She's just trying to pin her baby on Mr. Lavant.
No.
Because she knows that Mr. Lavant is a good man to me and to our kids.
No,
So, Ms. Lanier, after you've heard this testimony, has any of it changed how you feel about this? Do you still believe that Ms. Allen is lying and your boyfriend is not her child's father?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you still stand by the fact that if he is, you are done with the relationship?
Yes, I am.
And you all have how many children?
3.
3. I think it's time we go to the results. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. In the case of Allen versus Lavant Mitchell, when it comes to 6-month-old Layla Allen, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Mitchell, you are not the father. Mr. Lavant, I can hear a pin drop right now in this courtroom. In the case of Allen versus Lavant Mitchell, when it comes to 6-month-old Layla Allen, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Lavant, you are not the father.
Yes.
Wait.
Yes.
Ms. Allen.
He's the only man I slept with though.
Unfortunately, Ms. Allen, given this DNA evidence, that cannot be the truth. And Mr. Mitchell is not the child's biological father either. There must be at least one other person. Do you know who he is? You don't. You've got some thinking to do for your baby. But I have to say to you, if you keep up with this behavior, you're gonna be back in this courtroom again. You don't lay down with men on a whim. You're a valuable, beautiful girl. You now are the mother to a valuable, beautiful little girl. And we've got to break this cycle of behavior because we don't want Layla standing here one day. That's a generational curse we have to break. So, Ms. Allen, I have counseling and some resources for you. I want you to take advantage of it, and I really want you to think about this for Layla.
Yes, yeah.
All right. I wish you the very best of luck. Court is adjourned.